Radhe Krishna, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Welcome to Bhakti Secret 8. In this episode, the lady of Tirukkodur is asking this question to Swami Ramanuja. Did I ask, where is my father? Like Dhruva. So this episode and this story is about the infectious energy and the enthusiasm of a 5-year-old kid called Dhruva, who found himself in a very negative and a depressing situation, and with his positive attitude, he totally transformed that depressing situation into a positive one and attained total bliss. So let's go to the story. There was a king by the name Uttanapada Maharaja. He had 2 wives by the name Suniti and Suruchi. Through his wife Suniti, he had a son named Dhruva, and through his wife Suruchi, he had a son named Uttama. So Dhruva and Uttama are the 2 sons of the king. Now the king had a special liking for Suruchi. So Suruchi got his attention, she got his preference, and naturally that followed suit even for Uttama, which means Suniti and Dhruva were completely ignored by the king. Now an incident happened where once the other boy Uttama was playing on the king's lap. Now little Dhruva, he saw from a distance that Uttama was playing with his father. So Dhruva also rushed to come and play with the king. Now when he just was about to step onto the king's lap and play with him, Suruchi came to that particular scene and she harshly spoke to Dhruva, saying that it was only Uttama's right to play with the king and Dhruva had no rights to play with the king. Now little Dhruva, he felt offended, so he asked Suruchi on what he can do to play with the king. Now Suruchi was very harsh, as she had the attention of the king. She told him that he needed to be born as Suruchi's son, like Uttama, and that is the only possibility when he could play with the king. So these words were very harsh. This insulted Dhruva a lot, and add salt to the wound, the boy Uttama was making fun of Dhruva, that his mother was speaking harshly to him, and even the king, he did not step in to correct Suruchi and ensure that little Dhruva was comfortable. So Dhruva, finding no option, he left crying to meet his mother Suniti. Now Suniti, in spite of being ignored by the king, she was a devotee of Lord Hari, and she constantly used to recite the Harinama or the names of Lord Hari, and she had also taught the same thing to Dhruva. Now when Dhruva came rushing to her crying, Suniti was naturally worried. She asked him the reason why he was crying, and Dhruva said, he explained the entire flow of events. So Suniti consoled him and told him not to worry. So she started explaining to him that if he didn't get a chance to sit on the king's lap, it was still okay. He should dream big. He should aim to sit on Lord Hari's lap, as Lord Hari is everyone's father. So these words actually fired up Dhruva. So that prompted him to ask a question, Mother, where is my father, Lord Hari? So Suniti guided him by explaining that he need to have a guru or a spiritual teacher who can show him Hari. So obviously the next question for Dhruva was, where do I meet such a spiritual teacher or a guru? And Suniti's reply was, Lord Hari will guide you. So now this became some kind of a Microsoft Excel circular reference problem. Like for Dhruva, he had to meet Hari, and for that there was a spiritual teacher required, and to meet the spiritual teacher it was Lord Hari. So this poor guy was confused. So Suniti, in order not to further confuse the child, she told him to pray to Lord Hari so that he can direct him or guide him to a particular teacher. So Dhruva asked where he would find such a teacher, where to meditate, and Suniti guided him to go to the forest. Now the people in the kingdom were taken aback by Suniti's decision to send Dhruva to the forest. But Suniti stood her ground and she explained that kids need to be inculcated in the path of devotion right from the early age. Now this is a very important message for us to guide our kids in the path of devotion while they are also leading their normal life. Now Dhruva went to the forest in search of a spiritual teacher. He constantly prayed to Lord Hari. And Lord Hari was also making a plan in the background. He sent sage Narada to meet Dhruva. So sage Narada comes in his way and he asks Dhruva about where he is going, what is his purpose. When Dhruva explains everything, that he is seeking a spiritual teacher, he wants to meet Lord Hari, and he also narrates what happened in the kingdom, sage Narada tries to test this boy. So he explains that all these things are normal in the kingdom. There are fights between the brothers, it's fine. With time, all these problems would be healed. So he encourages Dhruva to go back to the kingdom, and also explains that the path to Lord Hari could be difficult, he may not be able to do it. But Dhruva is very clear in his thoughts because that is what his mother has fed him. So he clearly tells sage Narada, either you show me the way or please get out of this way. Now sage Narada is convinced that yes, Dhruva really has that thirst to see Lord Hari. So he explains him that he needs to go to a place called Madhuvana, which is on the banks of river Yamuna, and he needs to chant the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya with full focus and attention, and that is how he will see Lord Hari one day. Now what is the time duration? This Narada doesn't specify. Now Dhruva feels that yes, sage Narada is his spiritual teacher. He has given him a mantra. So he rushes to that place and he starts his meditation on this mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Now how does he meditate? He's just 5 years old, but still in the first month he consumes food once in 3 days while continuing his mantra and meditation. Then in the second month he doubles that time, he starts consuming food once in 6 days. Then in the third month he consumes food once in 9 days. In the fourth month it's once in 12 days, and in the fifth month he stops everything and his mind is just focused on the mantra and Lord Hari. Now 5 months, that's it. This dedication from this young boy was enough to shake the gods, Lord Hari had no option but to heed to the prayers of this boy. So it happened that in the 5th month, by his sheer dedication and determination, he was able to see the Lord Hari within himself. Everyone has God within ourselves. It's only through proper practice, proper dedication, we need to ensure that we hear to what he speaks. So Dhruva could do that, and he could see Lord Narayana within himself. Now Lord Narayana or Lord Hari, he also appeared before Dhruva, but Dhruva was reluctant to open his eyes because he was in that ecstasy. He was just experiencing Narayana within himself. Now Lord Narayana, he found himself in a fix that he's appearing before Dhruva, but Dhruva is not ready to see him because his eyes are closed. So he does something. For a moment, he disappears from Dhruva's inner sight. Dhruva is taken aback because he is still in that experience, and suddenly that experience is lost. So he quickly opens his eyes and he again continues his ecstasy because his experience is standing right in front of him. So this was the greatest experience for Dhruva. He could see Lord Hari by his determination, and Lord Hari blessed him to be a ruler of his kingdom for the next 36,000 years. And once he finishes his royal duties, he would have a place in the galaxy which is called the Dhruva Mandala, which would be dedicated for him. Now this is also called the Dhruva Nakshatra, or the pole star which we see in the sky. With that experience, then Dhruva heads back to his kingdom. By then people have come to know about his spiritual divine feat, and he is openly welcomed by all, by the king, by his mother Suniti, by his stepmother Suruchi, by his stepbrother Uttama. Everyone is now ready to welcome Dhruva with open arms because he has done something really marvelous. Now, why did all this happen? Just because he raised a particular question: where is my father, Lord Hari? And this is exactly the question which the lady of Tirukkolur catches and says, even a 5-year kid, by asking this question, where is he could attain supreme bliss. What about me? I'm just staying in this land, I have so many complaints, and instead of asking where is he or where is my father, Lord Hari, I'm just moving away from this place. So, Swami, what is the point in me staying in that place, and how am I even closer to the dedication and the devotion shown by this little guy called Dhruva? So what is the message for us from this episode? There are some questions to ponder, definitely. When Suniti encouraged Dhruva to go and attain Lord Hari, she was implying him to think big and not bow down to the existing situations. Now, we also have these situations in life when we have some issues, when we have some obstacles. So it is for us to think whether we are trying to think differently to come out of the problem, whether we are thinking big, or are we sitting, complaining, brooding about the existing situation on hand. Now Dhruva had a choice to sit and cry, oh, my father has refused me to sit on his lap and play with him. Instead of doing that, he did something differently. So are we doing that? That is a question for ourselves. The second lesson is, when Dhruva meets sage Narada. Now sage Narada is trying to trick Dhruva into going back to his kingdom. But Dhruva had that clarity of thought, and he was able to convince sage Narada to pass on the mantra for his meditation. Now, when we are faced with such situations in life, when the situations turn tricky, they turn crucial, are we able to take a step back from the situation, think and analyze, and then come back to the situation? Or are we totally lost in the situation? So these are some points for us to ponder. So keep thinking big, feel positive and enthusiastic, and with your infectious energy win over all your problems. We will catch up with our next episode soon. Radhe Krishna, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.